Good morning, everybody. I will link on to what Hans just said. I will talk about digitalization, and in particular, how we should be preparing our business and our people for a more digital future. I think we are now entering an era of very sudden global change. The change is disruptive, it's messy, and it will look very scary to the organizations that have relied traditionally on linear growth and incremental planning. But for those organizations that are aligned with the future and embrace curiosity and agility, the rewards will be great. So, what do we do? Firstly, we have to remind our people that digitalization is about new way of doing things. It's a means, it's not a goal. In the case of my company, DMGL, with the purpose of safeguarding life, property, and the environment, we do and live this purpose by assessing, assuring, and certifying big, complex physical assets like ships, platforms, pipelines, wind turbines, power grids, solar plants, and aquaculture installations. That may not sound very digital to you, but these assets are rapidly becoming complex cyber-physical systems. Thus, the way we enact on our purpose of safeguarding life, property, and environment is changing dramatically. And we are preparing ourselves for a world that will be becoming increasingly more cyber than physical in relative terms. Secondly, we need to remind our people that values like creativity, collaboration, and agility will gain immense traction over the next few years. Increasingly important is also the ability to build trust. The promise of Industry 4.0, which includes data-driven decision-making, machine learning, and automation, is very attractive, but getting there is not easy. We have to trust the sensors that generate the data, we have to trust the way data is being stored, we have to trust the people that have access to the data, and we need to trust the algorithms and logics that make sense of this data. I like to think about that as Trust 4.0 in this new world. And these are the things we have relished at DNVGL for 150 years. We have always been entrusted with data in the analog world, and we are now taking this trust position into a more digital world. Earlier this month, we launched our cloud-based data management platform, Veracity. And Veracity is a key enabler for my company on our digital journey. We have now run over 40 projects with our customers, and we have learned a great deal. And for us, the biggest learning is how many barriers need to be overcome to get to the good stuff of digitalization. And that's the valuable multi-billion-dollar data-led insights. The barriers relate to data sharing, it relates to ownership of data, but the biggest barrier of all is actually data quality. And to overcome this barrier, you need passionate domain expertise and data scientists to work together. Unless you're tackling these barriers, you're probably creating more hype than sense. The point about digitalization is to really engage with it and in it, and not just talk about it. I can say that my company has done much more than reach the end of the beginning of our journey. But it's exciting to see a 150-year-old organization retuning itself for the future. We know that the old world of expert surveyors, physically on board ships knocking on steel, will soon be augmented by modern ways of collecting data. We are already experimenting with drone surveys and new sensing technology, but the engineering knowledge of our surveyors still is very precious and scarce. How do we hold on to this and at the same time attracting and growing the skills of data science? I think the key is to be a meaningful place to work. A place that is exciting, where young digital natives feel a sense of insurgency, that they are on a mission to make a better life for people and our planet a better place. But you also need to be a place where the knowledge possessed by experienced domain experts is respected, valued, and leveraged. It is a difficult balancing act between the old and the new. But once you start to get it right and you align that with your purpose, then you can set your sights quite high. For us, that means helping our customers make radical data-led advances in safety, efficiency, and sustainability. It means, for example, helping to take the unmanned short sea vessels to waters in a few years. It means helping our energy customers build a highly meshed, high-voltage AC/DC grids for the future. It also means deepening transparency and increasing sustainability in food supply chains. Ultimately, digitalization means helping the world become more efficient and resilient in an era of resource scarcity and systems reliability. My advice would therefore be, number one, clearly align digitalization with your purpose. See it as an intensification of your values. Number two, make sense, not hype. Start doing, not only talking. Number three, combined agility on the one side with discipline on the other side. And number four, work hard to embrace and balance the old and the new. Thank you very much.